Hey guys, this is Maggie and I promised you a video on how to do a round face, so I'm going to try to do that really fast. I have another dog coming in like 15 minutes, so bear with me as I try to walk you through this thoroughly but quickly. Thank you. Miss Maggie here had to get shaved today. She actually got taken out with a 4 because I try so hard to avoid the scalping blade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the backwards blade, and I use a 1 comb for that. And I used blade and comb. So it is a 4 blade or 2 comb on her body. Those are the same. And then on her head, I'm using a 1 comb in reverse. So what I will do is I will start at the back of her head. You can kind of see where I did her body here. And I will start from here. She's a year old, so she is a puppy. So. And I will go down this way over her head with my 1 blade. So I'm going to do that real quick. Come on, sweetie. Stay with me, baby. Okay, and you can see that took off quite a bit. I do that so that it keeps the head balanced so that you don't end up with this big poof on top, because my customers don't want that. They think it makes them look poodly, which is fine. I don't mind at all. So if that's something you like, then you may want to go up a few combs longer and kind of experiment with it until you get the balance that you want. Alright, so now we're going to grab our metal comb, and I'm going to comb this down over her eyes like this. And what I'm doing is I am basically making her bangs. And then I'm going to hold her ears so that those are out of the way, because she kind of looks down and they fall in her face. So I am going to take, these are my curved scissors from Affordable Grooming Shears. These are the Envious curves, which they're a little bit more of an extreme curve than your basic curved shear. I love these things. Anyway, so I'm going to trim around her eyes here real quick so that we can see those pretty eyes. And then I like to flip my scissors and get right in this corner. This is another reason the curves are wonderful for faces. So I just kind of clean out right around the eyes. I do not shave down their noses, because to me, that really throws off the look of their face. I don't like this naked strip with all the fluff on the side. So I leave that. And to kind of help tame this scraggle, I get a pair of thinners, and again, these are from Affordable Grooming Shears, and I take them down the bridge of the nose just a bit, and then we comb again. So you can see it has tamed some of this so that it's not all sticking up and looking real bad, and then it kind of blends down into the nose. And another thing you can kind of see here is this sticking up. I like to take my scissors and I go down with the natural curve of the ear and the head and blend that in so that it looks like one nice smooth transition. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Okay, comb. And you can see that that really helps. That rounds out her head really nice on top. And then for just the finishing up on the top here, I fluff my bangs up just to see if there's any that I don't necessarily like. And you can kind of see it looks uneven. So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to make that nice and smooth and even. See, much better. Let me comb that. See if anything's sticking up here. Comb down. She's gonna fall asleep. She's the cutest. you show me your sleepy face? No? Oh, goodness. All right, so I'm going to back you up a little bit. There we go. All right, and then what we're going to do, I'm going to put her ears up in a ponytail. I use a soft one. I don't use the hard ones like I use in my own hair. But we're going to take her ears and put them in literally a ponytail. And that way, your ears are out of the way. Because we do not want to cut an ear when we're doing this. All right, now I comb everything down. And then I hold, like, I don't know if you can see that very well, but I've got like my thumb on her chin, and then one finger on either side of her nose. There, and I do this so that I can see all the chin hairs too. Some groomers will hold mustaches or chin hairs or whatever, but I like to see where I'm cutting. Stop. Okay, and then again, my curves, and I'm going to start at the lips and work my way back towards the neck and up around to behind the ear here. And some dogs, she can be one of them. Some tend to be kind of twitchy whenever you get the scissors by their ears. I think it tickles a little bit or something. So you can kind of see that's started on this side. And now I like to go under the chin and make all of it even with what length I set on that other side there. I go ahead and I work my way under here and try to get it as even as possible. When I first started, my left side was forever uneven with my right side. So don't feel bad if you don't get it right the first time. It took a good minute for me here. All right, so now I'm going to grab my chunker thinner things again. They're a nice little combo there, you can kind of see. And this is the Mako brand, M-A-K-O, on the Affordable Grooming Shears website. I don't know if they're in stock right now or not. They sell like hotcakes because they're awesome. So I'm going to take this and I am going to ever so gently work around where I've already used those curves because I want to soften that line. I like a nice soft face. So I'm going to soften up this, and now you can see I'm kind of working this forward as well so that it doesn't come back actually behind the ear. I like to work it forward into a nice round shape that blends smoothly into the neck back there. Actually, there's some stuff on my neck here. Take it off. Good girl. You can kind of see that starting to take shape there. And then what I do is I fluff it up like this. And you can see that she still has a fairly round shape, even when it's fluffed. You may see some long stuff sticking out. That's the kind of stuff that you want to cut off. And what I do from here is I go through and I essentially get rid of anything that looks pointed or not smooth or not even. And I kind of whittle it down to be what I want. So you can see I've taken a little bit off of, turn your face this way, Mags. There we go. I've taken a little bit off, and I'm going to comb this down here so that we can kind of see, hey, wiggle worm, come here. There's that. And actually, because her body is so short, I think her head looks too big. So I'm going to keep going. She's never had a cut this short before, so it's kind of an experiment for me too. I just kind of go until I'm happy. And she is getting ready to leave for Florida for a while. I'm not going to see this girl again till March, so I want to make sure that she shows those Florida doggies that us Illinois groomers can groom a doodle. And I'm gonna switch thinners here to a little bit more of a fine-toothed thinner. See if you can see that. This will blend it even further and give it an even smoother finish without taking out quite so much hair so that I can really refine. And I'm gonna start up here and just kind of work my way down. Hold on, baby. I know, honey. Oh, that's looking so good. You are so pretty. And now I'm doing it up from the bottom too, because I mix it up. I go down, I go up, I go across, I kind of do it all. However, to avoid getting those choppy lines, I suggest starting out with going down with the direction of the hair or straight up with the direction of the hair. Cutting across the hair is when you really, really start to see those lines. So as you can see, she's looking pretty good here on this side. So I'm going to work on the other side and get that evened out, and then see how I like the balance from there. Because sometimes, even after I think I'm done, I'll go through and I think it doesn't look quite right, so I'll go back and work on it some more. So, and just fair warning, if my 4 o'clock customer shows up, I will stop this video and then start a second one. I'm hoping that that doesn't happen, but just warning you that there may be 2 parts to this. So, I am going to take out some of this fluff on her ear here. I like to keep out the ears, like underneath the ears, cleaned out pretty short, because it helps prevent those behind the ear mats that seem to get missed a lot. So I have found that keeping them short will help the doodle have a better experience with their spa day, because then there's less matting. Well, my goodness, you're sleepy girl today, aren't you? And Mr. Bowser, where are you out? Running and playing. And because I have already taken most of my length down on this other side, when we did the underneath the chin part and when I evened it out, I am going to just start my left side with my thinners. And I'm going to work from there. Now, around your faces, she's being a perfect example of this. Watch for the licking, because a cut tongue will bleed like you would not believe. So, we want to avoid that if or when possible. So I'm actually going to change the way I'm holding her mouth, because I don't want that tongue sneaking out on me. And she's a very happy, kissy kind of girl. So we want to make sure that she can be a happy, kissy girl for a long time. And I'm going to, you can see I'm going down with the hair here. And I am going to just even it out and work on rounding and smoothing. I don't know if there's a better angle for you guys. I really wish I had a GoPro. That would make this absolutely wonderful. Good girl. And I always like to get the hairs up by their little lips nice and short, because when they drink and stuff, it helps prevent that from getting real gross. And one way I like to do that, I have these really little teeny tiny scissors. They're really good for snipping ear hair, as well as the hair around the lips. My 4 o'clock person's pulling in. So I like to, you can kind of see she's, well, you can't kind of see. She has wet, like, lips, basically. So I take, and I hold her mouth closed, and I pull those forward with my fingers, because I want to pull what she's, like, sucking up into her lips. And I'm going to trim those short, just to help a little bit. And you can kind of see her face is looking, well, Her face is looking pretty darn cute. But I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna pause this and I will be right back.